Hello and welcome. You're watching In the Club. I'm Misha Bajwa Chaudhary. First up, my colleague and associate editor Pia Hingurani caught up with the team of Toofan about their upcoming film. Listen in.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today Television. To begin with, I have to tell you, I absolutely loved the trailer of Toofan. It actually brought back so many memories of Bhag Milka Bhag. And, we've been watching, Farhan training, right from 2019, if I'm not mistaken. You've been sharing your videos on, social media. And it's something that we're really looking forward to for a while now.
Thank you so much.
So to begin with, I'll start with Mr. Mehra. You called this film, in fact, yesterday, you happened to mention that if you put Bhag Milka Bhag and Rang De Basanti in a mixer, Toofan is what is going to come out. I have never heard somebody describe their film like that. So talk to us about it. Why did you feel that way?
Yeah, it was a feeling which is like, and it was intangible. It's you cannot measure it like that. But what I felt was, I've been enriched by Rang De Basanti endlessly in terms of as a human being. And then Bhag Milka Bhag enriched me further as a filmmaker, as a human being, as a storyteller. With Toofan, I feel it was a much more difficult story to tell. And it's today's film, much more real story to tell. Because at the core of it were the characters, jo kirdar is a character-based film. It was not easy to deal with human emotions. They can either get cliched or they can be unique to each individual. So I have learned more coming out of Toofan than I learned from Rang De and Bhag Milka Bhag put together. That's what I meant.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. But Farhan, I have to tell you, the one part, of the trailer that really, really resonated with me was towards the end, where you're just standing over there with a little bit of a belly and you're just looking down and thinking. I think that sums up what your character's going through, perhaps the vulnerability of a sports person, which we never really get to see. How difficult was it to tap into that?
That is absolutely true. When we see any sports person, we usually see them in performance. We see them in competition. So we see them really at when they have peaked. But there is so much that goes into bringing them up to that point. Whether it's battles with injury, whether it's emotional things, whether it's mental blocks that they have to overcome. And that's what makes a true champion. That no matter whatever that hurdle may be, in whatever form it's put in front of you, you will find a way to kind of get across that. Not that applies to this moment. I'm just speaking about the vulnerabilities or I guess just the life of a sports person. So to be able to inhabit the skin of a character like that in itself was absolutely an exciting thing to do. I have a love for sport just in general. Rakesh has been a sports person. He's competed at a very high level. So there's a synergy on that. It's really the journey of this guy, his learnings, his experiences with meeting absolutely fantastic people who change his life for the better. And the promise that he's made to them, the promise that he's made to himself of being the best that he can be. And at times you forget that, times you can lose track of that, and you need those reminders, and it comes in various aspects in this film as his journey progresses. But in that shot, I was looking down and thinking, how am I going to lose this? That's in that, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. I can imagine that must be so difficult considering that you're so athletic. I mean, your body type is athletic. So, to put on that kind of weight and then lose it might
honestly, the putting on of weight was tougher than losing it. It wasn't easy to put it on, not because it was physically difficult to do. It was the mind refusing to let go. So that did take some time. Yeah.
Mrinal, talk to us about the fact that a caregiver is always more important, or needs to be given more importance than the person who is going through everything. I mean, you are the inspiration, you are motivating, Farhan's character, and that is of utmost importance.
Yeah, like if you see every winner, like in every sport, there is always a person behind them who always pushes them. It can be their coach, it can be the mother, I mean, it can be anyone, can be boyfriend, can be the father, So I'm happy that I get to be the person who motivates him, to make him aware what he's really good at. I want him to channelize, to invest all his anger and all this todfod thing into, like a boxer. And how wonderful it is जब वो इज्जत से जब सब उसे treat करते हैं. So that's like the most beautiful thing. And for me, when he wins the match, it's like an achievement. I feel like I'm the winner. Exactly like how a mother feels when the child progresses and does well and is successful. So I feel really glad about the fact that I get to be the strongest pillar of this film and to Ajju. So she works as a catalyst, yeah.
Yeah. But Farhan, talk to us about getting into the character of Ajju. I'm sure you must have really enjoyed that portion of it. And of course, you've got the help of the original Gully Boy, Vijay Maurya.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his dialogue, and then of course, even working with Hussain Dalal on all the scenes. He's from there. So he understands the nuances of Ajju Bhai, and he understands what makes a guy like that feel like a hero, and all that stuff. And it was very enjoyable, yeah, to like get to do a role which, where you have this I don't give a damn attitude. You feel like you're the cat's whiskers, and you feel that everybody like loves you for who you are, and you feel like the hero of the neighborhood. So I mean, it was a lot of fun to do. It really was, it's for me. I mean, it's a new kind of character that I'm getting to play in this film with Ajju Bhai, which is something that was new, was exciting, and was fun.
And if I can add that, what was more interesting was the way the Mumbai ka Hindi, तो कभी-कभी even I used to feel कि अपन को भी बात करने का है वैसे. Why can't Ananya talk like that, man? But I remember like after the pack up or after cut, like I would just get into the अरे तो क्या बोलेगा? So Hussain and I, we only talk, oh baby क्या कर रहा है? तो ठीक है ना, so it's very addictive, but it's fun. It just it was, the shooting process was so different, so amazing, and so real.
Right. Talking about real, contact sport has not been touched upon much in our industry, in India for that matter. And how was it about training? And did you really get a couple of blows, in between the shots, or how did you manage to shoot the entire sequences?
I think Rakesh will probably be better equipped to answer in terms of the shoot of it. But in terms of preparation for it, Daryl Foster was this amazing action choreographer who has been a boxer in his early years, then worked with a world champion boxer, Sugar Ray Leonard. He was in his corner, and has choreographed films like Ali, Bleed for This. So he came with an insane amount of knowledge, with an insane amount of experience that he could share with us, and we could learn from. And his mantra really was, like, I'm going to teach you how to take a punch, not fake a punch. That was the thing. So you had to learn how to be able to take a punch, because you cannot, beyond a certain point, mess around with camera angles so much that you know that they're not hitting each other. In boxing, you have to see the contact. That's what makes boxing. So how do you do that? And of course, try your best to defend yourself and not get hurt badly. And you choreograph it. And in the midst of that, it's bound to happen that once in a while you will get a knock here and a knock there. But he's prepared you for it. You've created that mentality that you're going to go in and give it your all, and which means also taking whatever comes your way, and just feel happy and feel blessed that you're there and getting to do all of this, and just keep going. So that's how I approached it.
Absolutely. But Mr. Mehra, for you as a director, were there any limitations when you were getting into shots or, because quite a bit is, of course, choreographed as well.
Technically, what we could not do is we could not shoot with say 6 cameras, and for me my biggest fear was because there was so much effort going into each take, each punch, and one thing is to say choreograph it to stay safe, but when you are in the moment, if a fist is hitting a fist, it will slip and hit your jaw. And that was happening all the while, not once in a while. I would say it was happening almost 40% of the time. It was getting very real. And you had only one camera to cover it, not 2 cameras or 3 cameras, because they will always come into each. In boxing, you keep moving. That means the camera has to keep moving. That means it has to be handheld or on a steady cam, so you can keep moving around the actors. So you cannot cover it with many cameras. So that was the limitation, but it became very difficult for the actors because I couldn't have asked them to keep repeating this whole painful process again and again. It's not just a dramatic scene where you need to cry and break down and I say, okay, one more. Even then you get exhausted. Here too, it was emotions and exhaustion and physical pain, everything put together. So I have to give it that we were really blessed, me and my cameraman and the entire team, that almost more than a year of preparation had gone into it. Those fights had been rehearsed hundreds of times before we actually started shooting it. And when you're rehearsing, you're still 50%, 60%. When you're performing, now it's actually getting captured in camera for perpetuity. This is what will get printed and this is what. So you lose yourself in that moment. The actor loses herself or himself in the moment, and that's how the moment is created. So yeah, it was a mix of so many things. Yeah.
Right, but did you have any references or for that matter, did you watch any of or grow up watching any of these boxing films? Because we in the West it is so common, and I think we've all grown up watching a lot of those films.
I must confess that I was not a great fan of boxing. I would love cricket, football, even swimming, basketball, but boxing somehow I felt I could never have a conversation with. But when Toofan came my way, it became imperative that I need to understand the sport inside out. So I spoke to a lot of boxers in India at club level to national level. I started watching a lot of documentaries of what goes behind a boxer, what is the psychology of the boxer. And one thing which came out in common was life had dealt them a wrong card unfairly, didn't deal them the right cards. They were always the underdogs, they were the have-nots. So you'll find a boxer from Cuba, or if from America, you'll find them from Bronx. If from India, you'll find them from Northeast or a village in Haryana. Rarely you'll find a rich person's son or daughter boxing. So it is what you were fighting in life with, you would express yourself in the sport. So you were already taking so much pain in life that this physical pain actually was wiping out your emotional pain of real life. So all those nuances came to me to understand the character of Aziz Ali, Aju better, and made me that much more capable of handling this subject. Yeah.
It was wonderful talking to all of you. Can't wait to see Toofan. Thank you so much for talking to us.